Okay. Oh, it's going to screw me up here. Let's see. It's going to mess me up.
We're streaming. And we're live. Make sure you turn your volume down on your phone.
Yeah, I got to turn on YouTube.
And I'll do the same. So welcome in, everyone, to the Mystical Mind Exchange Tuesday Night Live with me, Dr. Ebeling, and Holly Jobe. And tonight's topic is... What'd you put again? I forgot already.
How your words matter.
How your words matter. We're going to teach you how to think in words differently to your inner dialogue and verbalizing. Instead of seeing more lack in your life, we're going to teach you how to change that around by just changing and tweaking your language, the way you speak to yourself or the way you speak to others. So stay tuned for that. We're going to hit that off in just a moment. But first, I'm going to do some cleansing.
You going to do it?
Bringing in some positive energy with the Palo Santo. There you go. Welcome in, everyone.
Hey, Sin. I had this girl in mind when I thought about this topic for tonight.
Good. There's always Cindy. Someone that'll inspire it, you know.
Cindy. So we had a conversation yesterday, and she's I hope it's okay that I tell everybody this.
You want to ask?
She's trying to figure. She's fine. She wants to know like what she's supposed to be doing. Like she's at a crossroads right now. Like what? I know I'm here for a reason, but what is it? What is that reason?
Did we talk about this in one of our lives, like last week or something? Or you were pulling cards? I don't think we maybe discussed exactly what it was. That
Cindy's
did she just get a new job in transportation or DOT or something like that?
No, that was my sister. Okay. That wasn't Jamie. But Cindy,
okay.
I did do a reading on her, a few cards, and it was about her job as well. So all the things that I read her cards on are actually coming to fruition right now. Nice. So she's trying to figure out what her soul's purpose. So that's what kind of inspired me. And she said a couple of things in our conversation. I said, hold on, stop. Think about what you just said. And it was something that most people don't view as negative. But when I told her to listen to what she just said and really listen.
Yeah.
Because everything you put out, you're going to get back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, that makes sense for this topic today, for sure.
Right. So I was thinking I was in the pool just chilling, and the conversation that her and I had was replaying in my head, and I thought words matter. Your words Absolutely. Matter, and it's your throat chakra.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, learning how to think before you speak.
Well, yeah, I don't have the original.
Do I need to go fix it? Because
no,
I really
could do it here a second.
I really want to hear that. I want to hear all of them.
Okay. We'll do this one now because we're speaking of language. Let me know if you can hear it. Yeah? Mine's a little off. I'm hearing it wave to ear.
Mine's off.
Well, I've been speaking all day to senior citizens and families. I spoke to at least 200 people today at the summit. And it's
I feel it.
Change gears. What's that?
It's like mucus.
Yes, good. That's what happens sometimes. Coughing is normal. Sneezing, it's just because it's loosening up that energy that's stagnant. Oh, I can't wait
That
till
was
you get
great.
here.
I
It
know.
feels so different in person.
I know.
You think it's great now, wait till you feel it.
No, I see that blue couch right over there. I'm going to lay there and just.
Yeah, yeah. I'll wait to sell it till you get here. It's comfortable. Um, Everyone says, "Oh my gosh, this is more comfortable than I thought." I'll move this oven though. Move the baby out of the way.
That baby's so cute.
Sorry, I don't want to. Because we're live, I want to make sure people understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
So I create reborn babies for therapy, and she's not anywhere close to being done, but this is what I meant by the baby in the oven. When she's done, she'll look like a real newborn. I will have put enough color in her to make her look so realistic. She'll have veins and eyelashes, and not sure if I'm going to give her any hair or not yet, but and I weight the baby down to be about 7 pounds, so it feels like a real newborn. And we use these for therapy for those who are grieving the loss of a child or miscarriages. But also, these are really good for Alzheimer's patients too, because what happens is when they hold a baby, it triggers the memory of them being younger and having their own, and it it opens up so much for them for therapy. So
Mm.
the whole goal behind this was to help grieving mothers, but also to donate some of them to the senior or the Alzheimer's centers around town. And I did that a few years ago, but then I want to finish up my PhD, so I kind of put that aside. But I'm back at it now, and I have another baby that just came in. I'm going to be doing too. But anyway, just thought I'd
That is beautiful.
clear that up so people don't think I have a real baby in the oven, with this conspiracy stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, the reason why it's in the oven is because the paint is a heat set paint, so that's why. That's specifically for that, to lock that paint in, and it takes many, many layers to do it. So anyway, yeah, sorry, but you can lay here. I'll move the oven. It'll be out of the way, and I'll probably have a baby or two done by the time you get here.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so I guess it's just Mariah and Cindy.
For
that's
now,
wonderful.
but there will be others listening in the future too. So
that's right. Okay, where do we want to start?
Well, I want to give examples of what we're talking about, words matter. So when you're trying to manifest things into your life, you want to speak as if it's already there, which is law of attraction. But a lot of us have a hard time knowing what that means. So you're going to clear up your thoughts, change your thoughts, because when you think of thoughts like, ooh, I really want a Ferrari, when you say the word want, it means you're still in lack. And so you're not going to attract that Ferrari into your life until you change the dialogue. I'm going to give examples. This is the Conscious Language, the Logos of Now by Richard Tennyson Stevens.
That's awesome. I need to get that.
Yeah. You can always go back and look at it, but so thanks. I'm going to give some statements and examples of what that means. So if you're saying stuff like it's hard to imagine, you're going to upgrade your speech to I imagine with ease. So you're basically canceling out the negative aspect of it. Don't forget to, instead of saying that, say please remember to. See how that's taking a negative to a positive?
Very different, but the same thing. But the feeling that you get when you say it is very different.
Yes. That's something else. There's an exercise to do in here. You'll listen to your voice, the way you repeat words, and how much stronger it gets when it's more positive. It's funny. It's really unique how that happens. But I'll go through some more statements. You don't have to be a genius to figure this out. Instead of saying it that way, just say, this is easy. You'll convince your mind that it's easy and it'll happen with ease. Don't worry about it. Be confident about it. You can't go wrong. You will do well. So I'm going from, like I said, negative statement to an upgrade statement. You needn't take that into consideration. All you require taking into account is the truth couldn't be further. That couldn't be further from the truth. The truth is, I remember the lessons that were the most painfully learned. I learned through all my experiences. So instead of focusing on the pain of the difficulty learning, change the wording to, I learned through my experiences.
Right.
Shouldn't you consider this? Because shouldn't means should not. So that cancels that out, basically. It's not a very good word to use anyway. But instead of saying, shouldn't you consider this, say, please consider this. That's a bad idea. That's a good idea. I foresee no problems. I foresee ease. Don't make me unhappy. Please support our happiness. That's interesting. I've never thought about thinking things like that.
Me neither. You're saying some things that I have said.
So instead of using the word incredible, which sounds like a good word, but if you think about it, incredible, it means without credibility. So instead of using, oh, you're incredible, you are wonderful. You're full of wonder. So dissecting your words, thinking about the words and what they mean. I won't make a difference, which means I will not make a difference. You're going to keep manifesting that if you keep saying that. You're right, you won't make a difference if you keep saying it like that. But something to say to upgrade would be, I will be present to support. Kind of an awkward way of looking at it. I don't know if I would
be able to use it. What I keep hearing is that you're we're canceling out contractions.
Yes.
The words with contractions.
Contractions are painful, right?
I'm really, I'm serious, because I hear you say don't, couldn't,
do not, could not, should not.
Yeah.
Those should not be those. Hold on. Let's see what
could have. You should have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's all that is actually pretty negative. You should have done that. What?
Please consider this.
Oh, wow.
Here's a few more. This will knock them dead. Instead of saying that, say, this will inspire them. So much better.
It is.
Or saying, obviously. Just say, because that actually does have a negative connotation to it. Obviously.
Like, you're dumb.
Obviously, yeah. Are you dumb?
Yeah.
Instead of saying that, say, it is clear to me. It is clear to me. It's clear to me. I don't care. Instead of saying that, say, what I care about is ... fill in the blank. So words to upgrade, instead of saying I want, don't say I would, because you're still thinking in terms of lack. I need, that means you don't have it. I could, but I don't. I should, but I can't. I might, but I won't. I hope, which means I wish.
Winging a prayer.
Yeah, don't say I wish, I must, in order to, I have to, so that, I've got to. If all else fails, never say that. I say that a lot and I need to stop. I can't, never say I can't. At least, I don't know, won't it, it's hard, try, doesn't it, can't you, I hate, it bugs me,
You hear all
but
those contractions?
I know, right? Wouldn't you? However,
they teach us that really early.
Can't you? I know the programming. We got to unprogram that. Kind of. Didn't you? Almost. If
Yeah.
or then. Probably. When. And then. Perhaps. But probably not. No. I feel that. Decide. I feel you did. Always and never. Shouldn't you? Isn't it? So we upgrade those words to stuff like, this is easy. The truth is, ... I learned through all my experiences. This is a good idea. Please support my happiness or our happiness. Let's see some examples of a domain of cancellation. So I'm going to read the statement and then the consequence of that statement. So when you say I'm excited, but cancels out I'm excited. So you don't use the word but. Get that word out of your mouth too.
Yeah.
You did a good job, however cancels you did a good job. So pay attention to the way people talk to you, because they might be canceling out everything they think they're saying good to you.
9 times out of 10, that is what's happening. Really.
And because they've been programmed, they don't catch it and they don't realize it.
Nope.
I love it, although cancels out I love it. Won't it be great? Will not it will be great? Will not. Won't it means will not. So won't it be great means will not it be great. Answering yes, we'll be saying yes, it will not be great.
That's true.
Don't you enjoy that? Don't means do not. So
do not
enjoy that. Yep. Isn't it beautiful? Is not. Beautiful is not. Is not it beautiful? Yeah.
The English language is so...
Isn't it crazy? I think it's etymology, where the study of words and how they're put together and the different meanings behind them, like the origin of them and stuff. So interesting to me.
It really is. When I was watching, what's that man's name? David Strait?
Yes.
When I was watching him and he was going over all of the...
Yeah. Do you understand? Which means, do you stand under me?
Right.
So when the police pull you over and ask you, do you understand? Say, no, I don't understand.
Right. Right.
No speak English.
And police. What does police mean?
Policy
enforcers.
Yes.
Policy enforcers.
Yeah. That just blew my mind when I learned that. I was like, wow.
Me too.
I was married to a policy enforcer.
It blew my mind too. And there's so much more. There's so many more. If anybody ever wants to learn more about that, go find David Strait.
Or look up the straw man and how that was set up through the water, like ships, like relationship, friendship, everything. They want to put everything in the water. Birth, when you dock your ship, you put it in the berth, birth canal. It just blows my mind, the stuff that I learned through David Strait. Give some more. Actually, it gave me, I'm not reading it all the way across. So stuff like, I'm excited, but cancels out I'm excited. So never mind that didn't go to the other page, but this one does. You did a good job, however cancels you did a good job. You did a good job, however, so you say it out loud. You did a good job, and so instead of saying however, say and then add something positive at the end.
And I'm so proud of you. That's usually what I say.
Yeah.
You did a great job, and I'm so proud of you.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I can't help you. Can't means cannot. Can't you help means cannot you help. So you're basically canceling out any help that you're seeking. Um, didn't you love it? Didn't means did not. So didn't you love it means did not you love it. I think I went over that.
Love it. I did not love it.
So instead of saying that, just say stuff like, did you love it? Don't say didn't. Say did. Did you love it? Did you enjoy that? Do you choose to go? Will you enjoy going? Instead of wouldn't you like to go? Will you enjoy going to the movies with me tomorrow? Do you choose to go?
I'm going to go see Sound of Freedom.
Good.
Are you
We
going to go
took
see
girls
it?
to. We seen it last week, and we took the girls to see it today. Well, while I was at the senior summit doing the conference, Rich took the girls to see the
Well,
movie.
I've been tossing it back and forth, whether I want to go see it or not, because I've been knowing about this stuff for a year, long time. So it was just like, well, but I think that we should go see it.
I think everybody should see it. We encourage teens to see it so they can see how important it is to think differently. Don't be putting yourself in a position where you're alone or in a place of danger. Even though things happen in broad daylight, and you'll see that. I'm not trying to kill the first part of the movie, but it shows you examples, and it's just heart-wrenching of how that.
So how did your teenagers respond?
They cried. Rich said, well, they actually told me that they cried, and they did see things a little differently. They understand now why you can't wear that. You don't want to wear that. You're going to get the wrong attention, the wrong eyes on you. You may become a target, so don't.
That's great. If it changes the way that teenagers, because you turn on the TV and you see this girl and she looks like this and everybody wants to be like her, and then no.
My oldest daughter told me, she goes, just make sure they get some tattoos because they don't want tattooed bodies. I'm like, are you sure about that? She goes, that's why I have tattoos, Mom. Like, I haven't looked up that information, but I don't know.
I think she's right about that. I do think she's right about it.
All right, we'll get tattoos for our teenagers tomorrow. JK.
Because I want to say that if they have tattoos, that means they're over the age of 18.
Oh, you're right. But however, my kids got them before they were 18 with my
parental
permission.
consent.
Yes,
right.
We had to sign a waiver and all that.
But most of the time, that's what it is.
That makes a lot of sense now, but I'm going to definitely Google that later. But
go take them to get some tattoos.
You can't take me.
Tell them to start. Tell them to start. Start picking out your tattoo. Your husband's gonna kill me.
Mariah's like, oh man, not another book. I've thought about the word incredible before. Good. I'm just not reading all the chat. Sorry, we're a little bit behind. We got.
Cindy, where are you?
What's that?
I was asking Cindy where she is. She's awfully quiet.
Taking notes. I'm just kidding. Let me see if there's anything else amazing in this book to share. It does take a while to read and digest because it talks about the history of words, and it's let's see. I'm not going to read the entire book on the live tonight, but it just talks about words that mean lack, like I want to get better. Want is lack, so better is vague. So you want to change that. I am improving. I am changing for the better, stuff like that.
I'm getting better and better. Say that to yourself every day. Yep. Say it every day. I'm getting better and better. And you will get better and better.
I like to call in my highest timeline every morning. Do I reach that? A lot of times I do, actually. pretty quickly. I reach my highest timeline. I call it my highest timeline and want to experience all the lessons needed to meet up to that level.
So how do you do that?
I just say, when I wake up in the morning, I'm grateful to be in this body, to learn all that I need to learn in order to get to my greatest version today. Or I'll say something like, I call in my highest timeline to experience that which I can experience on my highest timeline. I don't know. Depends on how groggy I am in the morning when I'm waking up.
Yeah.
I don't always feel that way in the morning, but when I do remember it, I usually everything follows through with that. So consciously saying that out loud, you hear in your own voice, your cells hear your voice. What I like to, I used to listen to the Cryon channelings years ago, and one of the things Cryon would say is call your body, which means call, CAL. Cells are listening. So whatever comes out of your mouth, your body follows through. So if you say, I don't feel so good today, well, your body's like, oh, okay, we'll make that happen.
Right. That's what I'm, yeah.
So I am getting better. No,
Me too.
getting means you're not there yet. So I am feeling well. Even if you're not, when you say it, you're making that statement to your body to feel well, and it will follow through with that. For years and years and years, I struggled with so many chronic conditions, diagnosed chronic conditions, because I would always complain about them. Oh my gosh, not another one, and I would constantly focus on that. And I kept receiving more and more chronic conditions showing up. But the moment I stopped complaining and talking about them, I started getting better magically. So, and I had a client last week who came in and says, I'm so sick and tired of being sick. I'm like, well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Now give yourself permission to heal, but you need to pay attention to your words, because if you say that you're sick and tired of being sick, it's going to continue being, your body's going to continue being sick. So stop focusing on sick. Start talking words instead of illness, speak wellness. And she goes, oh my gosh, you're calling me out. You're right. I always do complain about my health issues.
Right. People don't realize that they're words.
You're manifesting what you speak. What you focus on, you manifest.
It's easier said than done, because we have got years and years of programming. So it takes a lot of stop, think about what you're going to say before you say it.
Pause. Practice the pause. This is something that I had to learn too. Spacing out my words, not being in a hurry to say what I needed to say.
Yeah.
By pausing, in that moment of pause, your intuition will drop in the words needed to complete that sentence if you pay attention. Always. Whenever I get stuck on a word, oh yeah, and it's in a split second. It's like an idea that pops in your mind. It's like a word that you've been searching for. Just boop, here it is. They present it to you, your guides, and your guardians are working with you if you give them the pause and pay attention. And it also gets rid of the ums and ahs, and I still do it occasionally, but I've noticed when I do pause, I a lot less, because the pause takes the place of the I just don't talk. I don't have to fill the quietness or the void with something like or ah, but just, yes, let's talk about this. So, it's been a magical thing, just practicing the pause. I want to go to page 17 in the Soul Lessons book.
Got it.
I passed it. Sorry if you didn't have your study materials. We didn't prepare ahead of time. But you'll at least know you can watch this again. And if you have the book, which maybe I think Mariah does have this book, does she?
I do. I don't know if she does. I
Okay.
have it.
Okay, you can borrow it. Creation begins with thought. So you have to first think it before it comes out of your mouth. So paying attention to your thoughts, like instead of thinking, I really wish so and so would do this for me today. Instead of thinking that way, when you're in the pause, visualize them doing the task that you see them doing, how they can help you. And chances are that thought, they get into that energy field and it gets transferred to their, telepathy.
Telepathy.
Just thinking the thought over and over again. This is how my neighbor has a goose, and I would practice using telepathy with the goose next door. I wanted the goose to do a specific task, and it took me about a week of practice to get it done. So this is what I would visualize in my mind. I would visualize the goose doing this. Because it's a yard goose, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't do that. But I would rehearse it, and I would just focus on the head of the goose and just throw that visualization of them, And within a week, I saw this happen, and I started busting up laughing, and I was so overjoyed. My neighbor was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh, you wouldn't believe me if I told you." But it was a victory. It was a victory knowing that it is possible. You can speak to animals through your thoughts, and it takes rehearsing. It's like learning a new language. So you're gonna. I practice with my cats too. I visualize them while I'm standing next to the bed and they're on the bed, them putting their paws on my chest and wanting to get pet. And my oldest cat did it immediately, but the other ones took a little longer. So it's a relationship, a telepathic relationship that you have with your pets and your loved ones, not just animals. You can do this with your spouse. You can do this with your kids. You can visualize your kids picking up their toys over and over and over again. Next thing you know, hey mom, I picked up the girls' toys in the other room. I know you didn't ask me to, but I just felt like doing it. Of course you did, because I put it in your mind. But yeah, thoughts.
I've done that. I've done that. Yeah.
That's a fun thing to practice this
really
week.
is.
I encourage everyone to do that. Pick something or someone or an animal or maybe even a bird in the wild.
I did the stars. If you're with me, show me. And this is what I'm thinking in my head. And I just see it go.
Yes. This is when we do the
and then
CE5
the next
meditation.
thing I know, it's like, there goes.
That's awesome.
Goes. And then I start laughing and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Creation begins with thoughts. The process of manifestation is not just random or haphazard, although it certainly can be, or it can appear to be. So to uninformed or untrained eye, rather your imaginative power and all such energy follows divine law, which dictates that every development is initiated by the mind. Creating is a relatively simple process. If you choose good thoughts, beliefs, and ideas, you generate positive outcomes. Like I was saying earlier, when you feel those thoughts creeping in of lack, the won't, the don't, the shouldn't, the want, the desire, the need, all those that basically confirm that you don't have what you want now. The more you think that way, the more you won't see it. So change it out, visualize yourself walking up on stage and grabbing that diploma. I rehearsed this so many times before I finished my PhD, and it happened exactly like I thought it would, except I had a broken leg.
No. Oh no.
I did a little limping up there on stage, but I was so happy the way it followed through. It took me quicker than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, when you get to the bottom of page 17, where it talks about how we concentrate on negative self-images, insecurities, doubts, imagine disasters, exterior influences, past destructive patterns, global fears, leads you to manifest sickness, stress, chaos, disappointment, and pain.
Right.
That's one of the truest things ever.
And you know what's a big influencer in that is the news.
I don't watch it anymore.
Turn off the news. Yeah. Watch how quickly your depression goes away.
Absolutely.
It went away pretty quickly for me, and I didn't realize it was that was connected to the depression. And I started healing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm done now.
Forgot what I was going to say. Here's a shit show again. Okay.
Let's see. So here's how you can tell what level you are on when you're starting to practice changing the way you think about words and the way you rephrase things. So they have different levels in this book. There's the student, there's the apprentice, there's the journeyman, and then there's the mastering. So a way you can tell how much growth you've done is if you're a student and you're just starting out doing this type of rephrasing your thoughts and words, you'll notice that the satisfying or positive results in your life and appreciate that you created them. And observe where you place your attention, including what you think about, talk about, and hear others discuss. You turn off the television or radio and hone in on your thoughts for a change. Create small successes, it says, such as finding an ideal parking space and receiving a compliment at work. Work on becoming familiar with this creative power. Notice whether you have goals or if you drift aimlessly from that day to day. If you have no objectives, set a few small ones and practice focusing on achieving them. So basically rehearsing what that would look like in your mind, whether it's feeling the feeling of accomplishing a goal and the satisfaction that you get with that and the excitement too. I always practice excitement. So if you're an apprentice, so if you've mastered that level, the next level would be the apprentice. So on the apprentice level, you'll make a list of all your successful creations as far back as you can remember and reflect on how you thought about them. Shift your attention away from what you do not like and want to, you do not like or want to what you do prefer and desire to experience. I know I read that weird. It sounded weird to me. But talk, sing, write, think, and daydream about what you love, especially about yourself. Mm-hmm. We are in a society of such self-sabotage. We need to change the inner dialogue so we can become our greatest version. That's when we can start helping others. When we shine our light, we help ignite it in others. And they'll see the difference and the change in you by the way you change the way you talk about things. And how people will see you manifesting things. They're like, how can you get so lucky? Well, I just change my thoughts and my words and my thinking. And that's how that happens. So on the next level up, the journeyman, you'll be on this level when you give your full attention to one thing that you love for an entire week. You'll write down what is not working in your life. You'll keep a journal of all your daily successes and how your thoughts, attention, and intentions played a role. Let's see. You'll write down one intention for the week and focus on it for 15 minutes a day. So if you're not good at meditation, all you have to do is think about like one goal or intention for 15 minutes. And by you thinking, when you're in your thinking brain, this is when your creative brain emerges, when both hemispheres of your brain start working and firing together. Like when you're painting or something, you're imagining things. This is why artists, this is what they tap into. This is where they say, I don't know how this happened. It just flowed. You're in the flow state when you shut down and you just start focusing on like specific things. And the next level up, if you're mastering this, you'll be focusing on a desire, plan on a positive outcome. You're going to start every morning with the intention to create an even better day than yesterday. And you can even say that out loud. Today is better than yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be even better, as the day rolls by. Or you can make up your own affirmations and your own mantras. Um, Immediately recognize errant beliefs and say out loud, discreate or cancel that. So when you catch yourself with those thoughts, oh, I really want this, cancel that. I deserve this. I
I'm
deserve
doing
this.
that.
But think
Cancel. I'll say cancel.
that's how I started
Because
doing it
I've
too.
caught myself in that daydream state and think of something. I'll be like, oh, cancel.
Yes.
No.
Yep. So think beautiful thoughts often. One of the things that I had to stop doing when you're around people that gossip and talk negatively about others, you tend to follow that pattern as well. When I started catching myself doing that, I started excluding myself from those groups so I wouldn't be caught up in that energy. And instead of adding into their gossip, I would switch it around and give a positive compliment about that particular person. And instead of saying, "Oh my gosh, did you see so and so's hair today?" Cancel that. She decided to do her hair that way because she wanted to stand out. And I love when people use their creative mind to become whoever they want. They don't give a crap about what other people think about them. So what are they going to think? They don't care about what you thought about them, their hair, whatever. So canceling out thoughts, negative thoughts about others, especially yourself, um, it will make a huge difference in your life.
True.
So I've done a lot of talking. I'm so sorry.
No, you're perfect.
Do you want to talk about something else in the book?
No, nope, not yet. I think we'll start. I think we can start doing that because I think this is
it's a good start. People that are coming into their awakening, to kind of gauge their own growth.
This was my first book. Because
Really?
I was yes, ma'am. Because I was not my first ever, but I'm talking about when I was trying to figure it out. Because my hands were heating up. I didn't understand what was going on. I knew that I had a purpose. I just didn't know what it was. I was being pushed. I mean, I really wasn't listening. I was not listening. But yeah, this was the first book that I ordered.
Awesome.
Yeah. When I was trying to figure it out. Yeah. I have another one of her books too.
So do I.
What is it called? Is it Talking to Your Guides or Ask Your Guides? Ask Your Guides. I got it. It's right here.
Look at you. Prepared.
Yeah, I got
unintentionally.
This was I ordered this one a little bit later once I figured it all out. Ask Your Guides.
How do you say her last name? Sonia?
I don't know.
C
word. I should say C word.
Chocolate? No, that doesn't. I think Choquette is more romantic.
I think it's Choquette. She has helped me.
Good.
Yep.
Let's see. We were talking about not watching TV or news earlier, and Mariah was saying, "Yeah, I never watch TV." Hello. Good. I'm gonna not have time for it. Where we're going. It's getting closer and closer. I'm excited.
I know. So have you told everybody what you can do?
I don't know. We're gonna sell everything and hit the road.
Yay!
Yeah. So I will still do my practice virtually. I was thinking about keeping the office for a bit anyway until we're ready to take off, and then downsizing because there's nowhere for me to put the stuff, and I have duplicate instruments and stuff for my sound bath. I'll probably be selling the colored bowls, the crystal bowls, as well as all the furniture in my office, including this little lounger here. I have a lot of friends in the spiritual community that would just jump on it, so I'm not too worried about that. But I have a ton of books too that I can't take with me. I'll take my very best ones, but I don't know what to do with them yet. I don't know if I want to put them in storage to look at them later or pass them along to people that really need it. I don't know.
That's a good plan too.
But all my books have this. Oh, except for this one. Well, I found a couple books that I don't have it in, but the majority of my books have the inscription on the inside, like from the library, from the personal library of Dr. Cija
Oh
Ebeling.
yeah.
And so when people get these books and they see me marking up all kinds of stuff on here, they'll know that it's important. I use a lot of these books for my master's thesis and my doctoral dissertation and stuff, and so they'll be getting the copy that has all the good notes in it.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, I love when I order used books and I get people's notes
Oh,
or thoughts in them. I love that. Or highlights. I'm like, ooh, I gotta pay attention.
oh, you can't see it. Howdy daggone.
Oh, I almost could.
It's just got a lot of names in it.
And are those the people that own the book?
I guess.
That's cool.
Don't know. There's a
So I'm curious.
77 and an 11 and
Wow. So Mariah, with all of your books and all the studies that you do you mark up your books too? Just curious. I even write notes in the margin and stuff. Let me see if I can find a book. I have a lot of underlined stuff. Oh, come on. Did I write something in there? I'll star something really important. But yeah. I think when I do this and I underline things, it helps me retain it better.
it does.
Let me see this.
Look at you. Oh yeah, I see it.
Let's see what I wrote. I'm just curious. The neocortex processes knowledge, then prompts us to live what we've learned. That's cool. We have the gift of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire. This is from the book Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, one of my favorites of Dr. Joe Dispenza. Yeah. I have a lot of his books. Let's see. Mariah says, yes, I highlight a lot and write. I like to tab, but my kids rip them. Oh, they rip them out. Darn it. When I find a really good quote in a book, I will usually quote that like on my Facebook page and I'll reference it to whoever said it in the books and stuff. Or I'll just type in that quote in the browser and someone's already created a quote out of it and I'll just use that image.
Mm-hmm.
Mariah said that's on my list. Yeah, this is a lot easier to digest than the supernatural book.
Ooh, that's a good. That's heavy book.
The Supernatural, Becoming Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't been back into it since I put it down a couple years ago.
So, Kia, has your intuition been on like?
Yes, lately? I'm saying all kinds of things that people are just. How did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
I will feel something about someone, and then like, do you need a hug? Don't you? You have no idea. I had someone that I work with today at the senior summit. They just lost their brother and their dog recently, and they're kind of not alone, but she's such an amazing woman. I asked her, can I give you a hug, and she goes, "You have no idea," you know. It was
Oh,
so needed it so bad, because she hasn't been able to pause since this all happened, and she was there helping other people today through their depression and grief and stuff. And she's just amazing, young lady to work with. Even though she's older than me, she's still a young lady in my mind. Where I says, "Yeah, there's a few books I want. Anything on my shelves, I could send you." Not that one though. I like the Dr. Joe Dispenza books.
yeah.
My Dolores Cannon books I'm holding on to, but um, stuff that I already know. The Angel Numbers book, the Chakra Healing, the Silva Mind Control Method, that stuff um, I can let go of. Let me think. Yeah, there's a lot of books that I've read and I've retained and I don't need any anymore, but somebody
Mhm.
could really use them and, you know, benefit
Benefit.
from them instead of being in storage. I can always reorder them,
That's true.
mark them up again.
That's true.
Holy smokes.
So does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, it's a good time to ask questions because we're that went fast. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Hmm. Mariah says, "I'm sure there's a ton I want you I want that you have. We interested in the same stuff, of course." Yeah. What is like one topic that you want to know the most of, Mariah? I'm just curious because I can cater the collection of books. You might end up showing up. They might show up on your mailbox here. Um, that was fast. Um,
She was talking about the life went by fast.
oh yeah, yeah. Because we're learning together. We're
Mhm.
diving in and learning how to think differently, how to change our mind and our inner dialogue, especially. That was probably the hardest thing I had to do in my healing journey is rewiring my brain to think differently. And it took a while. It took a couple years. I'm still working on it to this day. You're never going to be perfect. There's always room for improvement, but know that everything's in divine order. So no matter how long it takes you to get to this level of mastery, like the book says, be patient with yourself. Be forgiving of yourself. You don't have to do everything in one day. Heck, how old are you? It's taken you this long to be programmed to believe the way you do now and speak the way you do now to yourself. So it's going to take you a while to deprogram that. Um, Marisa, I'm interested in so many things.
Cindy says me
Me
too.
too. Yeah. I have a lot more books at my house though too. These are some really good books that I don't mind letting go is the Abraham Hicks books, the Ask and It Is Given, the Law of Attraction. I've read those multiple times. I love them. Those are all marked up too, but um, the Wim Hof method, if you are into the breath work stuff, stuff works so good. Um, have some of Deepak Chopra, Dr. Andu.
Mariah loves him.
I have two MetaHuman books. We went to see him in, was it Boulder? He did a speaking engagement here a few years ago before COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and we each, Rich and I each got assigned, I think he signed a book.
Girl, you don't want to get rid of those.
Well, I have two of them. I can at least let go of one. Oh, actually, no. That's right. He wanted us to stand in line for autographs, and there was so many people there. I was like, I gotta get out of here. But we were there when he first released the MetaHuman book. So if she wants that, I'll be happy to part with one of them. Rich loves Deepak Chopra too. I didn't think he would enjoy that seminar, but he was so into it. I was like, he goes, "Did you see and hear the way he talked about the planets and how everything is aligned?" And he just went deep on me. I was like, "What?" So it was, I don't know, it made my heart feel so good that he actually enjoyed something
Yeah.
that I like to do.
Yeah.
Because he's on his journey as well.
Yeah.
Cindy
She
says I
said
was.
that's on our list.
Still take it off because I'm gonna send it to you. See, we like that same stuff. Yeah. Cindy said I was into Sylvia Browne books for a while. Yeah. I I
I've
haven't
never
read.
read hers.
So I
Never
like
read.
the James on Prague stuff too. Mainly the cards. I use his cards a lot, and I watch him on YouTube sometimes. And just how adorable he is.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, usually yeah. When
What would be your recommendation for somebody that's looking to try to figure out what their purpose is? What would be your book recommendation? That one.
oh well, yeah. This honestly, I
And
recommend this one a lot.
that is exactly where I started. I didn't even realize it until today
Yeah,
when I was like, well, what can we?
because you got to learn your strengths. What are you really
Mhm.
good at? What do you like telepathy or do you like meditation? What there is something that we're all drawn to deeply. Maybe a couple things. Me, the sound therapy and past life regression was the number one thing. And I love encouraging people and building people up because not only does it build them up, it makes me look good in the process because I'm there supporting them instead of looking down at them. I'm reaching my hand down and pulling them up with me.
Exactly.
I want everyone to win. I'm not in a competition with anyone but who I was yesterday. So yeah, that's the book I would recommend this
Well, I
one.
know that Cindy enjoys plants.
Books on herbalism.
Right.
I mean, I have
Bingo.
a ton of those over here too because that was
Mariah, she's just like Mariah's like into plants, so that's when she started figuring out.
yeah, you'll be drawn to one or two different areas of your spiritual abilities. Reiki, for instance, your hands would start heating up. You said when you started reading the book,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't understand at the time what that was
Mm-hmm.
until we asked. Well, the higher self said that's what you'll be doing is working with your hands. A lot of times in meditation, if you just ask your higher self, "What is my purpose?" which is everyone's number one question when they come to me for past life regression. What is my purpose? We ask it the higher self at the end. And usually it's always connected with your passion. So if you're really passionate about art, you're a visionary, you see things and then you put them, you create them from your brain to the canvas, and a lot of the energy transfers from that information I don't know if you've ever been to an art gallery, but everyone interprets the paintings or um, the portraits a little differently and it's really the energy that they feel from it. And it could be a number of things that were going through the artist's mind when they were painting it, and you're going to catch something of that energy when you are visualizing and in the energy of that painting or drawing or portrait. So if you like giving messages to people, if you hear voices from the other side, or if you see paranormal stuff, that's a thing too. Parapsychology, that was my first choice in my PhD degree
Mm-hmm.
was in the parapsychology, the paranormal activity because I've experienced it all my life, but more recently in my adulthood when I was pregnant with my oldest daughter,
Mm-hmm.
stuff just started happening and I was open to it. And if you're open to stuff like that, you'll start seeing more of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know, show yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you know, speak to your guides and you'll be able to, get answers. Usually it's pretty immediate, but usually your soul purpose is your passion and you've done it repetitively lifetime after lifetime. And this is why
Mm-hmm.
it is your passion because you're so good at it. You've done it multiple times and you're an expert at it.
Get your little rod out because I have a question for it.
Okay. Okay.
Does Mariah have something that she needs to share with Cindy? Okay.
Do you know what it is?
I do not. But Cindy
Oh.
said, Holly, I've been thinking about Mariah, and I know that she has something that she needs to share with me, and I just don't know what it is. Said, there's your answer. Those two need to get together and talk.
Even just having a conversation, the message, the information will come out in the conversation. A lot of times unknowingly, like when we were talking to the other day when we were doing the conversation, and I kept saying, I feel like I could breathe. I could breathe. Yes. I didn't realize that was a message coming through. And
wow.
When you put your head in your hands, and I'm like, I just said something that the guides put in my mind as an idea.
That was pretty intense. Pretty intense conversation.
But it was so good.
Oh gosh.
It was so fun.
Yeah, I can tell you that was life-changing for someone.
So Mariah says, we need to figure this out, Cindy. Just have a conversation. It'll come up. And then Mariah, when you're talking, all of a sudden Cindy be like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Or I needed to hear that. You'll hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Without even realizing you're giving people information that they need to hear in that moment. Mm-hmm. It just starts happening naturally when you start on your spiritual path and you're open to it. I give my higher self and guides permission to, repeat anything that needs to come out so that it can hear it loudly, and I can pass on that information and message to whoever needs to hear it. Just make up your own mantra. Communicate with your guides. Be open to it.
She told me, she said, I feel like I need to talk to Mariah. And I'm like, it's your health.
Are you saying Mariah has a message for Cindy, or Cindy has a message for Mariah? It could be either way.
Oh, true. All I know is that Cindy said that, and I just wanted to verify.
Mariah says, yes, I'm the messenger.
I think she is.
I know they'll both get something out of it. So that's cool. Oh, well, we made it.
Yay.
Top of the hour, and hope everybody learned something pretty cool and apply it. Listening to your thoughts, changing them if needed be, cancel them out.
Yeah. Think about what you say before you say it.
Pause. It is in the pause where the information is dropped into your awareness. Swear it happens every time. So be patient with yourself. Be still and listen.
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah. Anyone else have any questions before we wrap it up? Do you have any more questions for the rods, Holly?
Do y'all have any questions? I think I know what to do.
Good.
Oh, you can hold the rod up and let me ask something from my brain.
Okay.
And then we'll be.
Which rod? The single rod, or?
Yeah, that one. Yep, that one. I wonder if you put it on your third eye.
We'll see.
It's saying no. It's saying stop.
All
right, be still.
I'm not able to hold it very still.
Okay, go neutral.
Stable.
Okay.
Because it's coming from the heart.
Okay. Tell it to go neutral. Tell it to go neutral. And then I'm going to ask another one. I just need to verify. Okay.
Got your answers?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rich says, you two are wonderful. Cindy says,
hi,
thank
Rich.
you all. Love you all. So he should be on his way here shortly to come get me. But yeah, so I guess
I can't wait to meet him too.
I know. You'll love them. We'll
I'm
have
sure.
a good time. Everyone will have a good time together.
I know. I'm excited.
Look, that looked like an antenna. It is. It is an antenna
It
to the
is.
heart. It's to the higher self. Do you have a question, Mariah? Or she's like this. Neener nee.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what she's talking about. I don't know, but
It is. Is he on his way to get you?
yeah, I told him about 7:15 my time, which is in about 10 minutes. But it'll take me a while to close everything down and
Yep.
take this home and get it ready. I haven't read it yet, honestly. My other one, it's just been I haven't had time to read it, so I'm
I have
curious.
some of those too.
Have some of what?
I have some of those books. I have books that I just haven't had time to read. It's
A
hard.
lot of mine are half read.
There I go. It's hard. No, it's not. It's easy to read.
Cancel that.
Cancel that.
When you have it up, you on your forehead, yeah, it looks like an antenna for sure. May not send this off right away, but
I can bring it home to her. That way you don't have to ship anything.
it'll be a few weeks before you get out here, right?
So
Okay. Well, Maria, do you care when you get it? Because I know you're like reading like 5 books right now.
yeah, she is. She really is. She's got some really good books. Oh
I
gosh.
know. She ordered some that were in my wish list, so I'm
Is she?
yeah, the Conscious Parent or something like that, or the
Oh
kids
yeah.
books about the kids, and you
She's
know,
doing it.
I'm excited. I'm
She's
excited.
doing it. I love that. Generational trauma passed down. It's
It
really
ends with
weird.
me.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, everyone, have an amazing week,
All right.
and we will see you next Tuesday. If you have any ideas, shoot a text to Holly or I, and we can put something together.
Yep.
You want to learn, or we can tap more into the Soul Lessons book. That'll be fun too.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. If no one has any suggestions, we'll pick a lesson in that book and elaborate on it.
Perfect. All right. Have a good week.